Imagine spending 3 years mastering a 3D skill, only to realize the industry no longer values it. Not because you're bad, not because you didn't work hard, but because the world moved faster than your skills. And this is happening to more 3D artists than people realize. Today we're talking about why your 3D skills can become useless faster than you think. And more importantly, how to avoid that trap. Because the artists who understand this early stay valuable for decades. Now before we start, this isn't about saying, stop learning 3D. AI is replacing everyone. Software doesn't matter. None of that. This is about how value changes in creative industries. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The 3D industry doesn't reward effort. It rewards relevance. And relevance can change very fast. Let me show you what that means. Every skill has something called a half-life. It's the time it takes for that skill to lose half its value. Some skills last decades. Others become outdated in just a few years. And in 3D, skill half-lives are shrinking. Why? Because tools are evolving extremely fast. For example, software like Blender has become incredibly powerful and easier to use. Things that once required advanced knowledge are now one-click tools, add-ons, presets, AI-assisted workflows, which means the baseline skill level is rising. And when everyone can do something, it stops being valuable. Just like technology becomes outdated, skills can also become outdated. Some skills stay valuable for 10 to 20 years. Others lose value in 2 to 3 years. That's the idea behind skill half-life. Think about smartphones. 10 years ago, knowing how to install custom ROMs on Android phones was a big skill. People paid for it. But today, phones do most of those things automatically. That skill didn't disappear. It just became less valuable. That's skill half-life. Let's say someone spent years mastering manual lighting setups. But now software like Blender includes HDRI lighting, presets, easier real-time previews. So something that once required advanced skill becomes much easier. That skill didn't vanish, but it's no longer rare. And when a skill is no longer rare, its market value drops. The 3D industry rewards rare and useful skills, not just difficult skills. If a skill becomes easy because of better software, automation, AI tools, huge asset libraries, then the value of that skill drops faster. This is why some artists suddenly feel like, I worked so hard. Why am I not getting opportunities? Often it's because the skill they focused on has already become common. Think of it like this. Rare skill, high value. Common skill, lower value. Skill half-life is simply how fast a skill moves from rare to common. And in tech industries like 3D, that transition happens very quickly. Instead of only learning tools, smart artists learn skills that last longer. Problem solving, optimization, understanding industries, games, product marketing, simulation, production pipelines. Those skills survive software updates. Even if tools change, the thinking behind the work stays valuable. The smartest artists don't just learn tools. They learn durable skills. These are skills that survive software updates and industry changes. Let's look at a few. 1. Problem solving. Companies don't hire artists just to make things look cool. They hire people who can solve visual problems. For example, turning a rough idea into a clear product animation, making assets optimized for real-time engines like Unreal Engine 5, creating visuals that help marketing teams sell products. That kind of thinking doesn't expire when software updates. 2. Systems thinking. Beginners focus on individual projects. Professionals think about pipelines and systems. They ask questions like, how can this workflow be faster? How can assets be reused? How can render time be reduced? That type of thinking makes you valuable in studios and production teams. 3. Industry understanding. This is the big one most people miss. A 3D artist who understands game production, product marketing, simulation, film pipelines will always outperform someone who just knows the software because they understand why the 3D work exists in the first place. In the future of 3D, execution will become easier. Thinking will become rarer. Anyone can push buttons. Not everyone can solve problems. That's the difference between tool operators and creative professionals. In the past, the most valuable thing was technical execution, meaning knowing how to model, knowing how to light a scene, knowing how to render, knowing how to use software like Blender. Those were rare skills, so people who had them were valuable. But now tools are changing. Today, tools are becoming easier and smarter. For example, real-time rendering, drag-and-drop materials, asset libraries, AI assistants, lighting presets. Things that once required years of experience are now much easier to do. So the execution part of 3D is becoming easier. Imagine two 3D artists working with a real-time engine like Unreal Engine 5. Artist A knows how to model and render. Artist B understands performance, knows how to optimize assets, understands game pipelines, knows how to solve production problems. Both can make a model, but only one understands how the model fits into the bigger system. Studios will always choose Artist B. Think of it like cooking, execution skill, following a recipe, thinking skill, designing the recipe. Anyone can follow instructions. Not everyone can create solutions. That's the shift happening in creative industries. The future of 3D isn't just about pushing buttons in software, because software keeps getting easier. The real value is shifting toward people who understand problems, workflows, and systems. If you only focus on learning more buttons, you become a tool operator. But if you learn problem solving, pipelines, optimization, industry needs, you become a creative professional. And professionals are harder to replace. And here's something even more surprising. Some of the highest paying 3D roles today barely focus on artistic skill at all. Instead, they focus on technical strategy and industry knowledge. And most beginner artists never hear about these roles. That's exactly what we're exploring in the next video. If you want to build 3D skills that stay valuable for the next 5 to 10 years, not just skills that look impressive today, make sure you subscribe. This channel is all about building a smart, future-proof 3D career, not just learning software. Because the artists who adapt early don't just survive industry changes, they lead them. And I'll see you in the next video.